Hello and good day to you. Once again, welcome to MESA Construction. So I'll discuss all things engineering, architecture, and 3D modeling. Today, we'll be learning in Blender how to inscribe a circle in a plane. So, without further ado, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more contents like this, and don't forget to hit your notification bell to be the first to see our latest tutorial videos on Blender for 3D modeling and Blender for architectural design. Thank you. Now let's get right into the video of the day. So I have my Blender interface right here. I'm going to press T to escape that, and I want to enable my screencast keys so that you can know what I'm working with. Then I'm going to take that out. Then I want to actually put a plane here. So in order to put a plane here, we can go for Shift A, which is to add a plane. And then I have this plane right here. I don't want to work with meters, so I need to change my unit of measurements. I can go ahead to do just that. Go to units and then go to from meters, change to millimeters. I prefer to work with millimeters. It makes me feel more comfortable. And then I can go into my edit mode right here. And now in edit mode, I can easily just rotate this. Let's do this on the y-axis by 90 to make it, look like this. And then I want to scale it on the same y-axis. I want to scale it by, let's say, 4. And then once I scale it by 4, what I want to do is I want circles to be in here. And one method to do this really is, a very difficult method. So I'll go into the difficult method first, and then I'll go to the easy method secondly. So for me to go through the first method, which is the difficult one, I'm going to have to delete this and instead add a circle. So let's delete this first. The second method will help us using this anyway. So let's delete this, let's delete faces, and let's add a circle. So we have a circle, we have 32 vertices on our circle and 1000 mm as the radius. So we're still going to rotate this circle on the y-axis by 90. Then what I want to do is I'm going to go here, I'm going to extrude this by towards the y-axis by, let's say, 1000. And I'll do the same thing for these two, extrude towards the y-axis by 1000 minus. Then I can go on ahead to duplicate this towards z-axis by 1500. Then let's connect this on this. Then let's connect this on this. And we can also duplicate this also by 1500 so this is the axis. Then let's join this also and join this also. So we have a rectangular plane, right here, and we have what we want. So this is the circle in between the rectangular plane, and we can also subdivide this. We can also subdivide it to create a very perfect circle. Then we join this, and then we join this, then we have this right here. So what we need to do now is to create this into a solid object. To make it into a solid object, we can click on all the vertices that are here. I don't want this to be involved, so I'll get that out. So on this, and then make faces of them. And repeat the same thing for this as well. Using a C key, then do the same thing for this as well. So and do the same thing. Yeah. So now we have this circle properly inscribed in our, let's say, rectangle. And in order to make this into even we want sets of circle inscribed into a single rectangle, you can just go on to add an array to this. And let's go to our modifier, then let's generate, then add an array. So we want the array to be on the y-axis to be 1, then we erase the 1 on the x-axis. So you can make it 1, you can make it -1 because of the orientation of what we're drawing. So we can make it -1 to be on the right side. So and we want the array to be like 4. And as you can see, we have it right here. And when you go to your object, you see that you have this right here. spaced accordingly. See, the space is equal. Now, in order to have this properly done, you can just go in object mode to apply the modifier. Once you apply the modifier, go back to your edit mode. You have this right here, so you can make this into a solid object. You can use this particular method to design a gasket, a street light or whatnot, and other stuff too that involves inscribing a circle into a rectangular plane, and then you extrude the edges. Like, you can click on this and extrude it to make it a perfectly solid object. So let's extrude, let's Ctrl Z. So let's press E again and extrude towards the x-axis, and you see that it becomes a solid object. Let's extrude by, let's say, 200 minus, or we can make it 200, just 200, not minus. Right, extrude to the back, and then you can have this right here. And you can have the bevel modifier, to make it smoother. You don't want the bevel to be that strong, so you can give it a 5, because you want the bevel to just apply to the edges and make it a little bit more good looking. And you don't want these edges to come out. As you can see, you have these edges coming out, which we don't really like. Once we apply the bevel modifier in this method, you'll be seeing these lines, very evident, even though at the amount of 5 mm. Let's go to our object mode first, then let's apply this bevel modifier. You can see the lines right here, these lines coming out, and we don't really want this line, so we can actually eliminate these lines, but in our next method, the other method that we'll be using, the easier method, we are not going to be having this problem. So that's why the other method is more suitable for this kind of modeling. So, but let's try to eliminate this, and we can eliminate this by, you can try to use a match, but I think it's more effective to eliminate it using this adjusting our Y settings, even though it's still going to have an effect in our edit mode once we apply the modifier. So we can change this, instead of using -1, you can change it to, let's say, minus 0. Let's say 9, let's just say 985, something like that. And once you do that, you see that that line has disappeared. And what happened really is that the lines for the copies of the modifier have been collapsed into the lines of the original model. You can see this after we apply the modifier, and since we're in object mode, we can apply right here. So once you apply it and you go to your object mode, edit mode rather, and you go to your edit mode, you see that the lines have collapsed into each other, and you can see it's right here that these lines have collapsed into each other, and that's what makes the lines matching both of them to be eliminated, and you still have your bevel here, you see. So it's looking good, but I'm not really very comfortable with this in edit mode. So a better method is the other easier method. So this is the first method to inscribe a circle into a plane, and then we ended up making it a solid object. And I've already highlighted what you can do with this this method, what you can use it to model. You can use to model a car gasket, which is a lot more complex than this, and also you can use to model street lights too as well, and other things that you can find out there. Now let's go to the second method. The second method will ensure that you don't even have to worry about the edges that are going to be joined. So you can actually just get rid of all this, and then we go to our plane. We go to, okay, I have a plane here already. Let me delete it. I don't want it, so I'm going to delete this one as well, and I'll go here and add a new plane. So as you can see, my plane is coming as 2000 mm, and I need to go to my edit mode, and I rotate it towards the y-axis by 90, just as we did the first time. Then I want to scale it towards the y-axis by, let's say, 4. And then what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just add a loop cut and slide. This method is far more effective. So I'm going to give it like let's give it Let's give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's give it like 8 cuts. Then give it another cut and slide. Then we can give this just 1 cut. And then what we need to do now is go to our vertex select mode. And in our vertex select mode, we just select some vertices, like let's select this one vertex, 3, then 4. There's one extra that we don't need here, but we'll get rid of that later. So now, once you select this 4 vertices, we bevel it. So you can bevel by going just to your vertex, and then you go to bevel vertices, which is Shift Ctrl B. You know, the shortcut is Shift Ctrl B. Then you can just go ahead to pull that out, you know, and then you see this popping up, this options popping up here. So we can just make this to be, let's say 600, or you can make it to be 900, whichever one suits you best. So for 900 seems too much, so I think 600 is okay. So, and then we have 6 segments. We can increase the number of segments to 8, and just to have a more perfect circle. Then the shape right here is 0.09, which I think I'm very okay with, and every other thing I'm okay with. So now we can escape this. So we want to still have these circles tipped. So we're going to get rid of this face. But before we get rid of that face, I want us to get our circle in place. And we can do that by selecting all of this out, or deselecting them rather. So you can see what I'm using to deselect them now, because what I want to do is I want to get rid of the inner circle. So I'll go to X, and then I'm not deleting faces, I'm not deleting edges, I'm deleting vertices. And then you see that we have exactly what we had the other time, only this time it was a lot easier to achieve what we wanted to achieve. So now we have it right here. You don't need to apply any modifier right now. We can just go on ahead to click on this, go back to edit mode, and select all, press A, then we can extrude it towards the x-axis right away, 200, and see that we don't have the same problem that we had with the other one when we apply our Bevel modifier. Even at bevel of at a bevel of 100, it's still coming out beautifully without any demarcation. And that's the difference between, you know, drawing it like this, which is more perfect, and drawing it the other way. So this is how you inscribe your circle into a rectangular plane, and then you can make it solid by extrusion. And I hope you're able to learn a thing or two in our lecture for today on Blender and how to use Blender to draw or to inscribe a circle in a rectangular or square plane. I encourage you to subscribe to our channel for more contents like this, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell to be the first to see our latest tutorial videos on how to use Blender for 3D modeling and how to use Blender for 3D architecture. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.